Yeah. And you can keep driving. I'll just keep filming here. So following a road trip, courtesy of a friend and subscriber here in Ireland, I'm back on the boat and sailing back to Baltimore. Our road trip included a stop at Calor Gas in Whitegate, which is on the east side of Cork. And that is the only place I could find to refill my American propane cylinder. This is one case where my somewhat cavalier approach to international travel just bit me in the stern. I did not know that refilling American propane tanks would be so difficult in Europe. But Europe seems to have gone all over to these camping gas, which are these little blue cylinders, and you exchange them at stores. You don't own them. And so very few places now will refill propane tanks which you own. So live and learn on that one. So it's a pretty blustery day, and I've picked my anchoring spot. So I'm just helmily and pushing her up into the wind there. Drop the mainsail, or at least dropping enough so it's not going to catch wind, and let go of the anchor and let her settle back, and then just check to make sure that we're holding. But I'm only going to stay in this anchorage long enough to top up my water tanks and get some fresh stuff at the local store, as with west and southwest winds which prevail in the summer, that anchorage gets a little choppy. So I'm going to sail over behind Shirkin Island and anchor, which is much better protected. And so it's the early morning of August 2nd, and we are now departing Baltimore, going out through the same cut we entered about 3 weeks ago. So there's the old abbey on the shore there. This is Shirkin Island. So the only thing we got to watch, it looks like we got wind. Always the danger in going out, sailing out through these cuts, is that you'll hit the swells before you get to the wind, and it can stop the boat. But it looks pretty flat, so I think we'll be okay. This is always a tense moment when you're going through a narrow pass and you're starting to get into the ocean swell, but it looks pretty flat. And it looks like we're going to get into some solid breeze pretty quickly here. Fingers crossed. Spoke too soon. I can see the wind, but we can't get to it. Come on, baby. Come on. Phew! So we're we got some wind. We're off and running now. So it's about 40 miles to Kinsale. And assuming this wind does what's forecast, and so far it's about, as we get out here, it's about what the forecast is, sort of 8 knots out of the southwest. It's supposed to pick up to 10 to 15 this afternoon. So hopefully we'll make Kinsale late evening. So I've been invited by a member of the Kinsale Yacht Club to stay there for a week as a guest, which I'm happy to accept that, especially because there's bad weather coming the next couple of days, so I wouldn't mind being secure tied to a dock. But of course that means I have to sail up to a dock first.
See the dolphin?
Yeah, there's a couple of them. Yeah. Yeah, the kids are all excited because there's dolphins swimming around the harbor. And as much as I like dolphins, I have other things on my mind just now. So the current is just starting to ebb, and the current runs pretty strong through this Kinsale River, up to about 2.5 knots or so. So, and of course it begins to swirl around as you get up toward the dock. Luckily the wind is off the dock and it's just becoming light and fickle. So I'm more or less just letting her go in on momentum here. So hopefully this won't be too tough. Almost. There we go. I think. And you can see between the two coils I have in each hand, there's 2 lines, so that's not going to work. It's not going to spool out properly when I throw it, and indeed, it didn't go far enough and I missed. Luckily, the monkey ball, which they threw off the powerboat, didn't land on my foredeck, so I'm going to use that. Is there just, you can just, yeah. Come on, baby. Stop, stop, stop. There she is. Just about checked her momentum now. Well done.
Once it's locked onto something, we'll get you back. We're not too strong enough.
All right, now this time I have it coiled properly. See there? Spool right out and went right across. So things have to be done properly. That's all there is to it.
All right, that's on that. Well done. Now we can relax.
Yeah. I'm going to attach that. Give you this one.
I'm going to have it all tied up.
or a kind of Coors? Would you prefer a bottle of Corona?
I'll take a can of Cork.
Kind of Coors?
Yeah.
So I spent a week tied up at the Kinsale Yacht Club as a guest of Yacht Club member who's also named Kevin, sitting on the right here. Kinsale is quite a nice little town, even just for a foot tour. It's very scenic, but also has most of what you need: dry cleaning, barber shops, and of course plenty of restaurants and pubs, although many of them were closed due to the COVID. And perhaps most importantly of all to a cruiser, a short walk away is a full-on supermarket, the Super Value you see there at the top of the hill. And that week went by fast, but I'm not going to leave Kinsale. I'm just going to move out and anchor in the river. And I've picked my weather here. It's flat calm, and it's also just about slack tide. So I'm going to scull her out to the anchorage.
Kevin, you paddle over there.
That's right.
That's not going to fucking work.
I'm just headed over there.
Yeah, see?
We have delightful summer weather here in Ireland. Unfortunately, it's not going to last forever, and we're now into the latter half of August, and pretty soon it's going to be time to think about sailing south to Spain and then back across the Atlantic to the Caribbean.